do this. It's been a long time. It's been a few weeks.
It's been a long time.
It's
Are you gonna wear your glasses in this?
I know, but I don't know. I feel like I'll look cute.
Yeah.
There's just a little.
There's a little circle, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
I mean, wow.
You're fine.
I think I'm okay. Well, we're gonna do things a little different here today. Here, I'll take my smoothie out of the shot. Because we couldn't kind of figure out
what we wanted
to do. But before that, I feel like we should
do the opening.
Address the elephant in the room.
Yes, let's address the elephant in the room.
I know that you wanted to do this.
I did want to do this.
Uh-huh.
So it's come to our attention that Emily's projection is beautiful, and mine might be a little bit on the quiet side. So
more tuned for ASMR.
Right. So I'm hopefully going to not be screaming in your face, but I am going to be trying to project a little bit more. I think it's just because I drop my words down. A lot of times it sits down in here.
Yeah.
Emily's speech sits up and top there.
I had a lot of voice teachers that were like, no, mask, sing through your mask. So I got that really beat into me when I went through all of my education in voice. But fun fact also, it took us so many times. You don't even know what I'm going to say, or maybe you do. Who knows? It took us so many times to record just, hey, Emily, hey, Stephanie, you want to do, when we first started, every time we recorded it and I would play it back, I went, Stephanie, it sounds like you hate me. It sounded like you had the most anger towards me.
Dark and brooding, but I'm not.
It was super funny. It was always like, hey, Emily. She sounded like she wanted to punch me.
Like I'm Batman.
Yeah, like you're Batman. Yeah. And I was like, no, you have to sound happy, up. And so I must have made you try to do that. I don't even know how many times. Yeah. Probably 6 or something. And we finally got it. But
so we're going to, hopefully it will be a little bit better this time around.
Yeah.
So shout out to the individuals who brought it to our attention. You know who you are.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. We actually do appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is our first time doing this, and we are just human beings. We don't have the most expensive equipment. We have what we can afford.
And if you want to give us money to make our setup better, hey, we are open. We're open
for business. Open for business.
Let's get into today's topic.
Well,
we should probably just do the opening first.
Yeah.
Okay. It is actually your turn.
Oh, okay. Perfect. We are doing Chit Chats. I had to say that out loud so that I remembered which opening I'm doing. Welcome to Chit Chats, a totally unedited space where we break the cycle of what it means to be a woman together. So, today, we're going to discuss some mystery topics. I took some pieces of paper and I crumpled them all up, and we're going to choose a topic because we actually both really enjoyed the last 2 episodes that we did, and they were a little bit more off the cuff. And so we figured this would be a fun way to continue doing that. So let us know in the comments if you agree, if there's topics that you want us to add to the fishbowl style, and we'll talk about it. I mean, we're both open books, so anything goes.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, drum roll. Ooh. Are we just picking the ones closest to us?
I have absolutely no idea. You know what? I didn't think it through.
Okay.
I'm going to let you just pick it.
Okay. I mean,
that one.
Okay. Like right here.
All right. And the winner is, I'm excited. I actually really like this.
Right? It's kind of fun. All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Reflections on 2022. We are almost at the new year.
We are almost at the new year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it would be nice to do a little bit of reflecting on this year, what's happened, what we hope to happen next year, and how we continue to want to grow.
Okay.
I think that's important.
Let's do it.
Okay.
How do you want to kick it off?
You
want to go? You want me to go?
Okay. What is your favorite memory from this past year of us podcasting?
truly, I will tell you, Podfest was so much fun because it was the first time that we got a chance to show everyone who we were.
Yeah.
But I also think it really solidified what we were doing. So like the brand that we were building, I felt like it clicked, and we were like, oh yeah, we're on the right path. So I would say that's probably been the biggest. I think I can maybe say this, right? Because it's going to happen towards the end of December.
Oh yeah.
But we are getting interviewed for on the news.
Yeah.
In Michigan.
You never know.
Which I'll take it,
hey,
right? I've got Midwest in my blood.
Yeah, you do.
So I do think, I think those are two, I think, of the biggest ones. So it's interesting that Podfest happened towards the beginning of the year. And then now this is kind of how we're closing.
Right at the end.
Yeah, and like how we're closing it out.
Yeah, December 28th, you can watch us. We'll put all the links and stuff.
Yeah, the information below.
We're really excited. That was really cool that we got chosen to go on.
Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Okay, so I agree. I loved Podfest, and I loved learning so much. I feel like there was so much education, and I always consider myself a forever student. So being able to be so educated by other people in the same profession was really amazing. But I'm gonna say my favorite podcasting memory of this year has been our first yes from a nonprofit.
The way that you set that up, I was like,
she was waiting with bated breath.
You saw me. I'm sure when we play back the video, you'll just see me like
slowly move closer.
Yeah.
Until she's sitting in my lap.
That was a big one.
That was a really...
And they picked the biggest package that we had to offer.
Yeah.
Which was we're not like, oh yeah, give us like the ultimate.
We still make no money doing this. So again, Stephanie and I have a pact that we will not take money ourselves from the business
until it makes a certain amount.
Yeah, about $5,000 is what we would like, and we're nowhere near that.
But what you can do is we have set up a donation button that you can check out. If you feel like you want to donate even $1, just know that every single penny goes towards
that
funding equipment, funding different projects that we do, and a lot of this money that we're going to raise is going to be to give back
to
nonprofits, to individuals in need. But in order for us to be able to get to that point, we need help, and we're not ashamed to ask for it. So it's totally optional. The links will be below.
And if you want to donate. Also don't want to donate but want a super cool t-shirt, I guess we should plug our merch a little.
Where did you get that?
That's my number 2, is that we started selling merch. This has been something that Stephanie has spoken about from
probably day one.
Even started doing the podcast. Yeah. Stephanie talked about merchandise. And the day is finally here.
I think
she's a merchandise
I'm an avid
gal.
shopper. Because I feel like that's a good way of supporting.
Of course.
I also think, as you can see,
something,
yeah, it's a way to
support small business and kind of show them off. And
but I'm thinking of something else. It'll come to me. Wait. It's a way to decorate yourself.
Oh,
and so it's a reflection of who you are. I think it's how you dress, how you present yourself.
I mean, but that goes hand in hand with tie-dye, right? Which is why we chose tie-dye, is that tie-dye is unique. You never know what's going to happen, but it always turns out beautiful, which is why we chose tie-dye as our brand, right? Because everybody is unique. No matter the same technique that I do on 2 different shirts are going to look completely different.
I would love it if we maybe inserted some pictures of the shirts that she just did. I'll put them on the screen, but these are all custom orders.
Yeah, so I think that's super cool.
I give full 100% cred for the tie-dyeing to Emily, because that's the honest to God's truth, is I'm good at wearing it, she's good at doing it.
Stephanie just overindulges.
Oh, and I overthink it, and then I end up overdoing it, and Emily's more just, she's very conservative in how she puts the product on. So if you want like a fully saturated, like zero white space,
then ask for Stephanie to tie-dye it.
You can personally ask for me. I got you.
Yeah.
But if you want something like this or like this, Emily is your gal. So,
but yeah, so I think that's my second one.
And you can get that at www.cyclechats.com.
But those are super cool, and that is a great way to support us and donate, but also get something in return. And that's a really great way, because this is just our first drop, right? These launches, this is our first launch, but we have so many more product ideas that we would like to launch. We just need, of course, more funds to do that. Neither of us are rich babies who have like a rich sugar daddy supporting us. We are.
If you want to be our sugar daddy, you can, but we're not going to do anything for it. No, we'll just sit pretty. Emily, you can literally just exist. You don't want to, if somebody, literally all somebody wanted you to do is exist, and they will give you money, you'd say no? Your husband's in on it. He's cool with it. I'd love to ask Miguel what his thoughts would be.
It depends. What am I doing when I'm
He might be in depends, and then you really don't have to do anything.
What am I wearing when I'm sitting? What am I doing when I'm sitting?
You just have to literally just breathing. That's it.
That would be, if you want to pay me that, I'm fine. It's all good.
I thought you were about to go into Jennifer Coolidge again.
Oh, I mean, that was apparently a very big pull, and I'll definitely do her again at the end, because we just watched that episode of that show again, and it's so good. But anyway, so that's my number one, and my number two is working with nonprofits and finally selling our own merchandise, because it's pretty incredible, and I'm really proud of how far we've come in what will be 2 years on January 2nd, which is really, really amazing. So
what about personally?
Oh, personally,
what's your top two personally?
So outside the world of podcasting or within the world of podcasting?
Outside.
Okay.
Even though it's now at this point somehow all mixed together.
It's all one thing. I will say, for me, I was extremely nervous to teach at FAU, which is my alma mater, where I went to grad school. I had taught there before, but it was an acting class, so I had like 20 students. I am now teaching theater appreciation, where the class size is 100 students at once. And I was very overwhelmed by the amount of children I would be teaching at once, because I am one tiny person and they are big people compared to one human. So I also really love smaller class sizes. I love when I get to teach at my other college, Broward, because the classes there are only 20 kids per class about. So I get to really give them personal attention. I get to know them really well, and I get to kind of generate the material that I'm going to teach based on what they're interested in, which is really amazing. 100 kids is very different than 20 kids in a classroom, but I still wanted to make sure that I gave them that same experience that I love so much when I teach at Broward. So going in my first day, I was really, really nervous. And now I have to say, they just had their final class yesterday. And I am so proud of myself. We're good, we're at 13 minutes. I'm so proud of myself because I overcame that, and I was really nervous to do it because Broward is a community college, right? Yeah. So the kids are coming straight out of high school. Yeah. This is a university now that I'm teaching at, and it's just a little bit different. But I'm really proud, and I always do this thing at the end of the semester with my students. I want to get their feedback, what they liked, what they didn't like. We talk about constructive criticism and how to give it. I think it's very important. Yes. So. The constructive criticism they had were great was great, and I will definitely be using it in the future. A lot of it was technology based.
Could you imagine if you were like, oh yeah, is that what you think? Fail. Flunked immediately. I take back your grade.
I have great stories of students yesterday, but that's okay. That's maybe another podcast episode or chit chat episode. But so yesterday, besides the negatives of the technology, which at this point I think everybody knows I am not very good with technology. So like the fact that I even had a class that like went up online is crazy. But so many of them were so thankful for the space that I created, and were thankful for maybe giving them a little bit of a push to communicate and to speak up in class, because I do put so much of their grade based on participation. And so one girl who super sweet, never spoke in class the first half. And I sent midterm grades, and for the people that didn't participate, I put you need to participate in the class. Yeah. So she came back and she spoke every class after that email. And so yesterday she was like, I just want to say thank you, because I'm so insecure about using my voice and speaking up, but you made it so comfortable for me that now I feel like I can do it in other classes. And it just like...
That warms my heart. And the reason that also warms my heart, I really could break into tears right now, is because for someone who deals with social anxiety or any sort of insecurities around social functions,
I'm one of those people.
But what you did was you helped her open up another door in her life that would have been shut probably for the foreseeable future. Yeah. And you can't, and I stress this all the time, you cannot let anxiety dictate what you choose to do in your life. If you're uncomfortable in large crowds, that's one thing, right? But if you are, but Emily doesn't let it debilitate her to the point where she doesn't show up. Like, she'll still show up.
I'll show up.
But she might be a little bit more reserved. She's got to warm up. But she doesn't let anxiety dictate whether or not she's going to do something. So I think that's an extremely valuable tool that you gave her. And even if it's not, she's not like a different person, you've shifted her ability.
Oh, she is a different person. Yeah. I can tell you, she carries herself totally different now. And I'm so honored to
excuse me.
I'm so honored to be able to have given her that, because what I try and teach my students is that their voice matters. Yeah. And that they should use it, because who knows what will happen if they do. So the fact that she now feels empowered to speak up in class, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. I'm so thankful for her. So I heard a lot of nice compliments.
That's good.
A lot of kids were like, oh, you didn't just teach us about theater, you taught us about life lessons.
But that's what life is. Life is a cabaret. Is that
life is a cabaret, old chap.
So that was
that was mine.
Personal.
Yeah. What's
reflection.
Your personal?
Well, this year was a lot of growth. I mean, it was like expedited growth. It was years of growth crammed into...
Stephanie was dropped in a cage.
Several months. I think because for me, so if you don't know my anxiety story, you can check that out. I will link that. It is Breaking the Chains of Anxiety with Mel.
Which is our most listened to episode.
Yeah, but it's a fabulous episode. I tell my story. Emily tells her side of the story. And
no judgment either, which is beautiful.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that this year kind of brought to light, I was doing a lot of anxiety recovery work. And then this year I went through a breakup, and it was incredibly painful. And it was truly something I thought would break me. But it showed me that I'm able to handle extremely difficult things and not snap under the pressure. Like, I learned that I'm not as fragile as anxiety had made me out to be. So in this year, I've learned to truly be myself. I got several piercings. I did crazy stuff to my hair. You saw my whole journey, I think, through Chit Chats.
Right here, yeah. Literally has been documented.
So you can like tell where I am. And I've learned how to date myself, date others. I got a chance to be in a leadership role at a place called Glam Freaks, and I am there. I'm one of the like the head makeup, or I'm like the lead artist there, and that feels really, really good. And it's so lovely. Like, shout out to them. If you see any of our merchandise on our website,
all the photos were taken there.
That's their house. That's their studio. And the owner, Alex,
small women-owned business. That's what we do here. Support.
She's what an absolute powerhouse, and truly the best boss I have ever worked for.
But we had some really bad ones.
Woo! Did we ever have some bad ones? But like I finally feel like I've gone into the place that I've always wanted to be personally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not waiting for a relationship to give my life meaning and purpose. I'm pursuing a leadership role. Even though it scares me, I'm pursuing this role with tons of passion and vigor because I want to see this place succeed. I want to succeed. I love the idea that I finally get to be me and do the things I want to do. And there's no pressure for it to be, it's not like there's like a deadline. I'm at the place that I always wanted to be. Now all of this is extra and fun, and that's the truest statement I've ever heard is do what you love and you will never feel like you're working another day in your life. That could not be truer.
Yeah.
I will complain here and there, like I'm tired and busy and woo, but I wouldn't trade it because I get
It's good busy.
But I get flashbacks of like where I used to work, and as I'm doing someone's makeup, I'll be thinking about how I was punching numbers for a company that I just had no business being a part of. I was like, this is sucking my soul out of my body, And so it's really, really nice to finally, I think, feel like me. And I have a different relationship with my mental health and just me in general. And like not being devastated if a relationship doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I know how to navigate it, and I'm not like, oh my God, I can't believe he doesn't. I'm cool about a lot of stuff now that I was not cool about before. Like it's pretty wild. Emily knows like the secret hush details, but like I'll call her and tell her stuff, and I'm like, that would have wrecked me, and I just like don't care now, So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that feels really nice, and I feel like you can definitely, if you start to listen to our podcast, you can hear the shift. You can see the shift in Chit Chats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I like it. I think it's fun.
So I think we should close up
shop.
One thing that we would like to achieve in the next year.
I would love for personally or for Cycle Chats?
I think for Cycle Chats.
Okay.
Let's bring it all around, right?
I would love for us to have our own studio space. Even if it's by the end of next year. But I think that we could get to a point where we are successful enough to have our own designated space. Because I dream
You mean you don't like recording this in my dining room?
I just dream of a day that we have an office that we can go to that isn't me driving 15 different places for jobs. Like I just want one space, one spot, not that Lady Gaga reference. One club, another club, no sleep. Like that's what my life feels like right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I would love for us to have that. That would be the big one. I'll give you a mini one. Partner with more nonprofits and get invited to be speakers at more events.
Yeah.
Like paid speaking engagements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally 100% agree. I would really, really like to partner with more nonprofits. We only have one more after our partner right now, Women in Distress. And I have loved being able to do this work for them and with them. So I'm hoping that more nonprofits will see the value in what we're offering and want to work with us because we really want to work with them. And then I think my little mini one, because what did you say your mini one was more speaking engagements. I would really like, and this is on me and I'm going to do it because I'm saying it now, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to start reaching out to colleges and have some sort of cycle chats talk with the college girls because that's who I work with now on a daily basis and they need information.
Yeah.
And I remember being college age myself and it is really difficult. So I really would like to start reaching out to colleges and start doing more speaking engagements because I think we're pretty awesome. So no humble brag here.
And on that note, we hope you sync up with us next time. Oh, hold on. I think because we already mentioned the website.
Yeah.
Like, comment, hit the notification bell, subscribe. You know the drill already. Go to www.cyclechats.com. You can get all the info on how to get these cool shirts.
Some stickers,
and we hope you sync up with us next time.
Goodbye. I don't know who that was. That wasn't Jennifer Coolidge. But
Who was that?
I don't know. It was fun though.
Was that like, you know the cereal guy, the Boo Monster?
There we go.